Hi everybody, welcome back to day 25 of our Proverbs Bible Study. If this is your first time here, welcome to Joyful Redemption. My name is Carly, I'm a Christian life coach, and I am here because the Lord wants you to have your own joyful redemption. Alright, let's go ahead and start reading Proverbs 25. These are more Proverbs of Solomon, compiled by the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah. It is the glory of God to conceal a matter. To search out a matter is the glory of kings. As the heavens are high and the earth is deep, so the hearts of kings are unsearchable. Remove the dross from the silver, and a silversmith can produce a vessel. Remove wicked officials from the king's presence, and his throne will be established through righteousness. Do not exalt yourself in the king's presence, and do not claim a place among his great men. It is better to him to say to you, "Come up here," than for him to humiliate you before his nobles. What you have seen with your eyes, do not bring hastily to court. For what will you do in the end if your neighbor puts you to shame? If you take your neighbor to court, do not betray another's confidence, or the one who hears it may shame you, and the charge against you will stand. Like apples of gold and settings of silver is a ruling rightly given. Like an earring of gold or an ornament of fine gold is the rebuke of a wise judge to a listening ear. Like a snow-cooled drink at harvest time is a trustworthy messenger to the one who sends him. He refreshes the spirit of his master. Like clouds and wind without rain is one who boasts of gifts never given. Through patience a ruler can be persuaded, and a gentle tongue can break a bone. If you find honey, eat just enough. Too much of it and you will vomit. Seldom set foot in your neighbor's house. Too much of you and they will hate you. Like a club or a sword or a sharp arrow is one who gives false testimony against a neighbor. Like a broken tooth or a lame foot is reliance on the unfaithful in a time of trouble. Like one who takes away a garment on a cold day, or like vinegar poured on a wound, is one who sings songs to a heavy heart. If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. Like a north wind that brings unexpected rain is a sly tongue, which provokes a horrified look. Better to live on a corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. Like cold water to a weary soul is good news from a distant land. Like a muddied spring or a polluted well are the righteous who give way to the wicked. It is not good to eat too much honey, nor is it honorable to search out matters that are too deep. Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control. Alright, you guys, let's go ahead and start with verse 2. It is the glory of God to conceal a matter. To search out a matter is the glory of kings. When you are dealing with a matter with someone else, we are told here to keep it concealed and not spread it around, right? What kinds of things can happen if matters aren't kept concealed? Verse 21 and 22 say, "If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you." So even if you have enemies, you're supposed to show kindness and grace to them. Let's go to Matthew 5, verses 43 through 45. It says, "You have heard that it was said, 'Love your neighbor and hate your enemy.' But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven." So I would encourage you to pray and forgive those that you consider your enemy. And how can you pray for those who have persecuted you? Let's go to verse 28. Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control. We know that one of the fruits of the Spirit is self-control. So how can you allow the Lord to rebuild your broken walls? And how can you have self-control? I believe it is so important to really allow the Holy Spirit to work through you and not only help you gain more self-control, but gain Holy Spirit-led control. All right, you guys, here are some things that you can reflect on in your quiet time. What kinds of things can happen if matters aren't kept concealed? 2, I would encourage you to pray and forgive those you consider to be your enemy. 3, how can you pray for those who have persecuted you? 4, how can you allow the Lord to rebuild your broken walls? And 5, how can you have self-control? All right, you guys, that is the end for today, and I cannot wait to see you guys again tomorrow for Proverbs 26, day 26. All right, I hope the Lord blesses your day today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!